Hello, kindergartners. This is lesson 10.05, Compare and Contrast Birds. When you compare and contrast, you are telling how things are the same and how things are different. We did that last week when we were comparing a peacock and a flamingo. So let's take a look at what you're going to learn in this lesson. There is a long list here, friends, of all the things that we're going to learn. Let's start small. So the first thing we're going to learn is how to identify and read short and long vowel sounds, and then how to add and change sounds, and we're going to make new words. Let's practice. So let's review the short I sound. Do you remember what the short I sound sounds like? You're right, like in igloo, and in pig. The short I sounds like I. So let's practice reading some short I words. Get your mouth ready. Can you put these sounds together? What word is this? Did you say dim? D-im, dim. Good job. Let's try another one. What's this word? You're right, this isn't a short I word, but you know this sight word. It's her. Her. What about this word? You're right, it's cap. K-a-p, cap. How about this word? R-a-t, rat. And this one? This is a short I word, friends. And it has a little word that you know in it. What is this word? That's right, this is the word in. And if we put P in front of it, it's the word pin. Last one. This is a power word. This is the word can. It's not a short I word, but you can do those sounds. K, an, can. So remember we've been talking about magic E, and how magic E is at the end of a word, it makes a vowel say its name. So short I would sound like I. An A with a magic E near it says A. Let's practice. So remember this word, the short I word, dim. What happens when we add a magic E? Now it's dime. Let's try this one. We had her. If we add magic E, now what word do we have? Right, this E says E now. Huh, ear, here. What about this word, cap? Let's add magic E. Now the A says its name, so it says A. K, ape. Are you remembering that magic E makes no sound? He's so magical. Okay, so we had rat. Let's add that magic E. What is the word? You're right, it's rate. And here's that word pin. If I add a word E, what word do I have now? Pine. Very good. And the very last one, if I have can and that magic E comes along and makes A say its name, what word do I have now? Cane. Good job. All right, so when we add magic E to words, it changes how you say the word, but it also changes its meaning. So here's the short I word. What word is this? H-id. Hid. The little boy hid behind the bush. But if we add an E at the end, like this, it changes the word, the way that we say it, and what it means. What word do we have now? Hide. Good job. They're playing hide and seek. Let's try another one. Here's a sneaky E word, magic E word. Kit. I had to get a Band-Aid from my first aid kit. But if I put a magic E at the end, I say the word different, and it means something totally different. What word is this? Kite. Good. I flew my kite on the windy day. So friends, remember the magic E makes the vowels say the name. It changes the way we say the word, and it changes what the word means too. Let's read this poem. I want you to listen for long I words. Can you find them all? See if you can read along with me. I take my bike on a hike to the park. I like to slide, and then I hide at the park. I fly a kite and take a bite at the park. It's almost 9, but I don't whine. It's time to go back home before it's dark. Were you reading with me? Were you looking for long I words, words that have that magic E and make the I say I? Read with me one more time. Read with me and look for those long I words. You ready? I take my bike on a hike to the park. I like to slide, and then I hide at the park. I fly a kite and take a bite at the park. It's almost 9, but I don't whine. It's time to go back home before it's dark. Did you find any long I words that have that magic E at the end? Let's see if you could find them all. What words did you find? Did you find this one? What word is it? Bike. That's right. Where's another one? How about this one? Changed the B to a H. And now we have hike. How about this one? Ooh, I like to slide. Good job. And look at this word. We changed the sl to a H. Now we have hide. Slide and hide rhyme, just like bike and hike. Let's find this one. What word is it? Kite. And if we change the k to a b, we have bite. Kite and bite rhyme, and they have a long I sound. Let's look at the next line. Did you find the magic E words here? There's one. 9. Can you find the other one? It rhymes with 9. Let's change the n to a w. Wine. 9 and wine rhyme, and they're long I words. Last one. There's only one magic E word here in this one that has the long I sound. This one. What word is that? Time. Good job, friends, finding those magic E rhyming words. So let's look at these long I words with the picture with them, and we want to find a real world connection with each picture. So think about how this connects to you and your real life. Okay? What is this word? Bike. Right. Can you think of how this connects to you? Maybe you can say, I know how to ride a bike. Or maybe you can say, I'm afraid to learn to ride a bike. Because you're connecting it to you. And that's real world, real life. Let's check out something else. Ooh, it's a tricky word. I bet you don't use this word when you talk about eating. This is the word dine. Like when you go to a restaurant. I like to dine at Chili's. Dine. Where do you like to dine? Probably at your house, because that's about all we can do right now, right? Ooh, I bet you can find a real world connection for this one. What word is this? Wine. Can you think of a real world connection with wine? Do you have a little brother or sister and they whine a lot? I whine when I'm tired. Do you? Thinking of real world connections to words helps you remember what they mean and also helps you read them. That's why it's so nice to have pictures to go with them, huh? Okay, friends, well, I don't want you to start to whine because you've been sitting there listening to me for a bit. So let's take a little bit of a stretch break. Stretch your arms way up to the ceiling. Stretch them all the way out to the side like you're pushing the walls away from you so far, 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 far apart. And then I want you to curl into a little ball, really nice and tight. Tight. That's a long I word. All right, you ready? Let's keep going. You're doing such a great job. I'm so impressed. All right, so let's take a look at something else we need to learn. So we're going to learn about similarities and differences. That's just fancy words for same and different. And we're going to use books to do that. 2 different books. We're going to compare and contrast. Compare means how things are the same. Can you think of one way these 2 things up here are the same? Did you say they're cold? That's what I was thinking. Or maybe you were thinking, they're sweet. Those are ways that they're the same. When we contrast 2 things, we think about ways that they're different. Can you think about how these 2 buckets are different? How are they different? Let's contrast them. Did you say they're different colors? Or maybe you said one is empty and one is full of sand. Okay, so you know how to compare and contrast, how things are the same, how things are different. Let's do it with books, shall we? Last week, you compared 2 things in one book. So we read a book about birds, and you talked about ways that a peacock and a flamingo were the same. They're both birds, they both have long necks, they both have bright colors. And then you thought about how those 2 birds are different. A peacock is blue, it has a big tail, and it likes to be on land. A flamingo is pink, it has a small tail, and it likes water. We got all of that information in one book. So today we're going to read 2 books about the same topic, and we're going to think about what's the same and what's different. We're going to compare and contrast. So we're going to take this book that we read last week, Bird Watching, and this new book that we're going to read this week, Owl Says Who, and think about ways that they're the same and ways that they're different. Okay? Let's think about bird watching again. We're going to be using this graphic organizer to help us put information in ways that they're the same and ways that they're different. Okay? You ready? Let's read this book with me. Bird Watching, written by Mina Stratton. Friends, it's super important that you try to read, even reading along with me. Every time you read, the better your reading you're going to get. Okay? Let's read this book. Birds come to Evan's backyard to find food. Evan likes to watch the birds. There are many things he learns by watching the birds. Evan saw a beautiful blue jay. He learned that it eats seeds and bugs. Yuck. He saw a red cardinal. Evan learned that it eats seeds and bugs too. Boy, I'm glad I'm not a bird. Evan heard a finch. He learned that finches sing pretty songs. There are so many different birds to see. Evan loves bird watching. I like that book, all about all different kinds of birds and the things that they do. Let's read this new book, Owl Says Who, and think about how it's the same as bird watching and how it's different. Owl Says Who, written by Angela Scarlett. Has a different title and a different author. But let's see if it has different information. Remember, you're reading along with me. Owls are a type of bird. They sleep during the day. At night, they look for food. There are many types of owls. Barn owls are the most common type of owl. They have a nice face. They eat small animals and insects. Screech owls are small owls. They eat insects and reptiles. I see lots of birds in this book, just like the other one, but they're all the same type of bird. They're all owls. Great horned owls can grow to be very big. The feathers on their ears look like horns. They sure do. Look at those. Those are their ears, but they look like horns. They eat small animals. Hmm. All these owls eat either bugs or small animals. Many owls sound alike. It sounds like they're saying, "Hoo!" Listen, and you might hear an owl at night. So, we read these two awesome books. Let's think about the ways that they're the same and ways that they're different. So, I have some topics here, and let's see if we can put them on this graphic organizer together. Okay, so I'm going to read it to you. If it's something that's same, you tell me same, or you can say similar, and we'll move it here. And if it's something that's different about the two books, you tell me which book it is. Was it the bird watching book or the Owl Says Who book? Okay? What about this one? About birds. Is that something that's the same? Were they both about birds? Or is that something that was different? You're right. Same. They were both about birds. There's birds in this book and there's birds in this book. All right, let's look at this one. Has photographs of birds. Photographs, a fancy word for picture. It has photographs, pictures of birds. Do they both have that? Or is there photographs in one but not in the other? Same. They both have photographs of birds. Good job. All right, this next one says about different types of birds. Are they both about different types of birds? No, only one is about different types. Which one is about different types? Bird watching or Owl Says Who? You're right. Bird watching had all different types of birds. Owl Says Who's only about one kind of bird. All right, let's try this one. Tells about what birds eat. Which one tells about what birds eat? They both do. Same. Let's do this one. Includes information about humans watching birds. Which one was about humans watching birds? Bird watching or Owl Says Who? You're right. Bird watching. And you can see the humans on the cover, right? All right, the last one, a book about types of owls. I gave you an easy one for last. Which book was that? Good job. So we learned a lot about birds from reading two different books, but some of the information was the same or similar, and some was different. But now we know a lot more about birds from reading. Great job today, kindergartners. Okay, so the last thing you have to do today on Canvas is to take a quiz. So you're going to go to 10.05, compare and contrast text, birds, and you're going to take a quiz. You're going to take a quiz and answer questions about real-world connections, about the long I, and about similarities and differences, or comparing and contrasting. Super job learning today, kindergartners. See you soon.